first interstate raid for the year, and it promises to be a tightly fought contest.
Semi-finalists in the Foster's Cup competition last year, the Adelaide Crows have started 1992 strongly with impressive form in their trial matches and a convincing 40-point win over Carlton at Football Park 2 weeks ago. But tonight the Crows not only have to defeat an in-form Footscray, but must conquer their own inability to perform at their best in Melbourne.
The key to us being successful this year is to be able to win a good percentage of those games that we play away. And we won a Foster's Cup game in this competition last year, so yes, whilst it does give you some understanding of the conditions and give you a little bit of confidence, it still really is just a pre-season preparation for the season that's coming.
The Bulldogs pose a real challenge to the Crows with their strong forward line of youngsters, Chris Grant, Justin Charles and John Ballantyne.
Games against them aren't normally showcases of the game, but they're just hard and fought, and any team, be it a team at the top of the ladder or the bottom of the ladder, knows that they're going to have a good hard contest against them.
Paul Childs, 7 Nightly News.
At the start of the game and then in a spurt just before half-time. Wine rips it out of the middle, inside the 50 with his kick. Lee straight back up to the centre of the ground. Hodges got underneath it. Good spoil by Tui. Got it back from Wine. Tui back to full forward. Ballantyne. Oh, Delray's flown high. Well played there in the first gamer, and a sensational effort by West. Just fell short, and Lee got back there to mark.
He's played a good game, Scott Lee, back there in the last line of defence for Adelaide. Hand passes away to McGuinness. McGuinness's clearing kick is pretty good. Wide to the wing. Wallace is out there. Hand pass was by Campbell. McPherson under pressure. In goes Kellett. Now Footscray made clear. No, the umpire has called for a bounce when, well, maybe the players, their endeavours were to clear the ball, and just when they're about to, the umpire blows his whistle and calls for a bounce. Charles down to Atkins. Away to Kellett. Kellett's kick. Pass is okay, but Smart was there, punching the ball away. Tregenza to clear for Adelaide. Kicks it towards centre-half forward. Back goes Foster. And that was a little bit iffy.
No, those are definite.
Ingerson?
Definite, I thought, because Ingerson really did push him to ground.
Well, Foster's got the free kick. He plays on quickly to Wallace at centre-half back. Wallace in short, looking for Charles. Smith. Handball, not bad. McGuinness back to Smith. A little inaccurate. Just enough to be troublesome. Now Liberatore and Kellett combine. Kellett's a long way out. Short pass into the pocket is too far. And Johnny Ballantyne, maybe that lead wasn't as good as what you could have done. Smart comes away for Adelaide. Kicks it towards Smith. Punched away by Wallace. Footscray have got the numbers. Good effort by Grant to let Wallace keep running through. Up towards full forward. Ballantyne, is that a mark? No, surely not. Scott Lee doing the tackling.
He's prepared to put himself in front, Scott Lee. He's led young Scott West to the ball on one occasion earlier. And look how he holds his ground here in front of Ballantyne. Very courageous player is the former Hawk.
Negri gets the ball down. McGuinness. Grant for Footscray. Close to goal. Atkins and Negri sees the ball out. Simon Atkins has had another superb night. 20 possessions to half-time. Acting skipper tonight. The two number ones, Charles and Negri. Liberatore is going pretty well too. Little Libber.
He's not trying to put himself under the pack, is he?
17 possessions for him.
Quite a few players could take a leaf out of his book.
Box up down here towards the forward pocket. Charles palms it down, but McDermott takes it to Bickley. McDermott again. Feeds off the hand pass to Marshall. Kick by Marshall to half forward. Ingerson. Foster's been moved back to where he started on Ingerson. Ingerson off the ground. Beautiful. And straight onto the chest of Rodney Jamieson.
He's just that little bit too quick, Drew, for Peter Foster. Although Foster was trying to out-strength him on occasion, his quickness kept him with Foster, and he just managed to get that foot to ball.
Jamieson coming up for goal number 3. Distance about 20 metres. He's got it.
Good. Hot enough, yeah. What'll be, fellas? Boss's light, thanks. So, yes, time to move to a new one. I don't know. every time. Gotta make that too.
Only one light beer goes over the top for taste. Foster's Light.
How about Rodney Jamieson? 4 kicks, 3 goals. Geez, damaging up on that forward line. You just can't afford to let him get the football. He capitalises on his opportunities very, very well. And Footscray had a lot of the play in the opening 3 or 4 minutes. Adelaide go forward once and they've got a goal. Corcoran, Ingerson again. Corcoran lets it go through. Liptak in there, doing the tackling, and the umpire will call for a bounce about 55 metres from the Adelaide Crows goal. Brian Royal and Dougie Hawkins giving the Stimmerole a good workout.
Incidentally, those two are the leading goal kickers at Footscray last year.
Scott Wine doing the ruck work. McPherson attempted kick off the ground. Now a chance for Tui. Can't quite get clear. Now the advantage is paid. Foster from centre half back. Not a bad kick back in towards the centre. Good gather by Delray. Should have kept going that first time. Kick across his body towards centre half forward. West a good gather. Go again, son. Well done. Atkins. Slippery handball. Wallace away to Kellett. Now this has to be a good pass. No, Colin-Uke makes it half reasonable. He can't get away though. Pays was a good tackler. Maynard back there. And that was a good effort by Pays on Colin-Uke.
So good effort by young West. I criticised him earlier for being behind Lee. On that occasion he was in front and set the play up. Ricky Jackson, former Melbourne Rover.
Negri and Charles. Maynard turned into trouble and was caught in Charles's tackle. Didn't have a chance of getting rid of it. The umpire will ball it up. Tregenza across the wings had a good night too. He's had 19 possessions. Charles with a big leap, but it comes to McDermott. Now McGuinness, close to the boundary line, the kick. And shepherded over by McPherson. Footscray have had the ball up there, but they've conceded the only goal of the quarter when Ingerson got that kick out of mid-air and Jamieson took the mark and goal. It was a goal that Footscray didn't need. Kellett up to half forward. West, he's doing well. 17-year-old in his first game. Valentine taken out of it. Free kick.
That's what I was just going to say. Isn't it hard to pick those out? Now, you could have tossed a coin there. The umpire saying, yeah, Nigel Smart held on to John Valentine. Let's watch this. Oh, yes, I suppose the hold was there. Then you could say a hand over the shoulder by Valentine on Smart. And Liptak's going off. And Wiedemann is becoming a cold figure. Wayne Wiedemann comes on.
Valentine's kicked 3 goals, 1. All his goals in the second quarter, and now he's got 4.
We have always taken great pride in the loyalty we have to one another. It's helped us survive the bad times and celebrate the good, because one of the greatest gifts you can have is the loyalty of family and friends. That's why, like you, we've realised that looking after our own is more important right now than it's ever been. Westpac. Australians have banked on us for 175 years.
Well, Ballantyne on the All-Australian defender, Nigel Smart. 6 kicks for 4 goals. Not a bad effort. Jamieson and Modra, the leading goal scorers for Adelaide, with 3 apiece. Footscray a chance once again. Here's Grant onto the right foot. Kick towards centre half forward. Charles marks. Has he been played on? Oh, dear me, he was nearly off.
Well, should that be a free kick? Should that have been a free kick?
What, 50 metres maybe?
Well, just posing the question.
Charles to full forward. Delray. No,
well, that should be a free kick.
Holding on to Delray was Tasker. Away goes Pays. Tregenza. Back to Pays. And the Adelaide Crows are out of trouble. The kick towards centre wing. Footscray are in the van. McPherson. Oh, a little bit too smart, maybe, for want of a better word there by Steve McPherson. The handball over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in quite near the players' interchange area. Wine and Negri. Ball goes towards Liberatore. He's after it again. Look at him, the terrier. But Hodges is able to get the hand pass away to Tregenza. Oh, in trouble.
Oh, well done.
Now Tregenza again. Kick towards half forward. Footscray defence under pressure. Able to get clear. Campbell. Little left foot kick's not bad and finds McPherson. He can go to Atkins. No, a little bit too slow. Now he can go near side to Eccleston. And Eccleston marks. Footscray probably using it a little bit better. They still can't get the score on the scoreboard. Was that a mark to Del Rey? Looks a bit slow, but this time he's shut out of it by McDermott. McDermott able to fight on. Now here's young Sanderson. Kick towards half forward, inside 50 metres. Leaving it behind was Jamison, but he fights on after it again. Foster, Wiedemann. Wiedemann, can he get clear? He tries hard. That's a free kick. Stanfield holding on to the man when he didn't have control of it. Away goes Footscray. Kicked it wide, out to the wing, and Negri marks.
Now Andrew Pays, inside half forward. Punch out by Foster. It's good. Comes to McPherson. Now Corcoran. He's run down from behind. A great tackle. Liberatore just got it forward to Atkins. And now to Grant. Footscray can mount something here. Valentine, a big climber. Comes to the back. West. First goal in senior footy. Well played, son.
Saving dough at Rocker Brothers.
Save dough at Rocker Brothers. Wheel covers to suit most cars, $9.95. Budget toolboxes, single tray, great value, $5.90. 5-tray cantilever, $21.95. Sunbuff steering wheel covers, reflects the sun, now just $3.95. Safety first with Michelin steel radials to suit most medium-sized cars, $78.90. Barham quality steels, great value, $59.90. Radial retreads now only $16.90.
Saving dough at Rocker Brothers.
Well, I get the feeling that that's where they've been missing out, Footscray. Just a little bit of crumbing between the centre of the ground and up on their forward line. And maybe young West can do something to lift them. Liberatore caught by Wiedemann. Del Rey, handball over his head, could nearly have been penalised. Tasker run down by Callett. Oh, that was a fierce tackle. Footscray get clear again through West. He goes long. Drop punt kick may bounce through. It may. It nearly did, but Smart got back there quickly and kicks the Crows out of trouble outside 50 metres. Boy, there were some anxious moments for Adelaide there. So now they've got the ball out to half-back.
It's a strong player. There we have David Parkin, an interested spectator. It's a good play by Andrew Pays because he's put himself over the ball. You can see there, Cullinan tried to get him off. He showed enough strength to retain his position.
McDermott, handball wide. Smith, will it sit for him? He's caught by Liberatore. McGuinness is caught by Atkins. Footscray now. The tempo seems to have lifted. Grant miskicked it. Oh, Maynard missed it. Slippery when the ball gets a bit hot. Now Smith. Smith will clear for Adelaide. Then he kicks it wide towards the wing. Tui overruns it. Out comes Sanderson. Handballs it about 25 metres towards his own side's goal. Ball strong was Foster. Handball over the top, Tui. Attempted tackle by Tregenza, but Tui, a short kick, a little too high for Grant. Negri tries to break the tackle and eventually slips out of his hands and goes over for a boundary throw.
Good stuff, isn't it?
Terrific now.
Slipped it into overdrive, haven't they?
Terry Wheeler on the phone. Georgie Bissett in the background. Negri and Charles. Callett and Wiedemann. Wiedemann gets his left foot to the ball, kicks it into the centre. Marshall marks and away go the Crows through Tasker.
Kick by Tasker to half forward. Ingerson is there, number 29. Overruns it. Blind, back to Corcoran. Good pass up towards centre wing. West, he's had a good couple of minutes. Atkins, they almost left it for each other. Not a great hand pass, Atkins. Now, you don't get a chance to say that too often. Bickley, Atkins the tackler. Marshall, Wallace the tackler. Corcoran breaks the tackle of Bickley. West again. You look all right to me. Up towards half forward. No mark. Back there is Maynard. Grant, he threw it out in front. And the ball goes out of play.
Just Scott West may have gone short when he probably should have kicked it long. Gee, they had a run on then, the Bullies.
22 points the difference, and just under 10 minutes to go to three-quarter time.
Negri gets it down to McGuinness. Crows can get out of trouble. Smith back to McGuinness. McGuinness gives away ground, but goes to Smart. Smart's got 15 metres. The bounce is awkward for himself. Now he's able to handball it away.
Well done,
McGuinness has
McGuinness.
covered some territory there. Picked the the ball up on the opposite half-back flank with about 3 hand passes, eventually got it back and kicks the ball towards half-forward for the Crows. And Tony McGuinness,
Hands
behind
on
play.
knees.
Exactly, Donnie. I was looking at the same thing, but by gee, covered some territory.
200 yards, I reckon, you ran there.
Young Ingerson forced to do the ruck work against Wine. Atkins, wider still for Callett. He's quick over the first 10 or 15. So is this boy Corcoran, just able to get his foot to the ball. Grant has come into the play. He's caught by Wiedemann. A brilliant tackle. McGuinness getting into the play. The kick is a little awkward out here for Tregenza, but it bounces nicely for him. The kick towards half forward is a good one, and the mark is taken by Sanderson.
He looks good, Brenton Sanderson. Teal cut player.
Great tackle.
That was a ripper by Wine. He dragged Jamison to the ground, dispossessed him. Now here's Tregenza back near centre wing.
Pullenhoek off, and coming on for Footscray is Justin Pickering.
22 points the margin, the Crows lead. Sanderson again to full forward.
Oh, a free kick.
The mark couldn't be taken there by Modra. Now Footscray come out of defence. Kellett straight up the ground to Atkins. Still only at half-back. Kellett ran on.
Oh,
Hot one round the chops for his trouble.
oh, that was bad.
And that's a report. Bickley.
Years ago, you would have got away with that, Ian.
Yes.
Really nothing much in it. You get a hot ear, that's about all, I suppose.
But I think that there's so many serious things that can happen when a guy's head is thrown back. When he lurching forward, which Callett was, with lots and lots of pace, his face is lurched back by the tackle.
So it's down around, open hand down around the chin.
It looks to be reasonable. Handball away to Atkins. Atkins kicked towards half forward. Delray can't mark. Punched away by Tasker. In goes Marshall to take the crumbs. He's tackled by Pickering. Footscray got 2 there. Now they've got the numbers when the ball hits the ground. Wallace to Valentine. Valentine's hand's a little too stiff. Back goes Smart. Oh, he's handballed it over the boundary line. No. Umpire says to the boundary umpire, all clear, throw it in.
It's a great contest. There's a great contest between Smart and Valentine. Good offensive play, good defensive play.
Yes, I would say Smart has done pretty well. He hasn't given too many centimetres away, but still Valentine has kicked 4 goals. Chance for Liberatore on the bottom of it. He's a hard man to get off the football. Now McDermott away to Maynard, and Maynard will clear for Adelaide.
Runs it through half-back. Centres. McPherson chips in.
2 hands.
If he can keep the ball going forward, he does to Kellett. Kellett's hand pass, blocked by Maynard. Immediately tackled. Down goes Charles. It's really hotting up in this third quarter. McDermott. Over his shoulder to half forward. Foster with courage. Back into the pack. It comes to the front. Stanfield up the ground. Kicked by Stanfield to half forward. Delray climbs. 1 hand only. Charles. Dragged to ground. No whistle. Maynard taps out. Comes to Negri. Dodges a tackle. Blocked by Delray. Bounces to Pickering. Gets it through his opponent's legs. Charles to Liberatore. Tregenza the tackler. Pickering. Whips the ball out, but it's taken by Negri. Kicked by Negri up towards the centre of the ground. Footscray have the numbers. Chance for Corcoran. Oh. Good chase, Marshall. Wallace. Open forward line. Valentine.
Right on 50. Will he kick it? He's done it before.
I don't think he'll have any trouble with the distance, this boy.
That's a mere flick off the pads for him.
He is such a good kick. Willie Quinlan has mentioned, Drew, about his relaxed kicking style. The boys sometimes get stiff-armed, so we'll just watch this young fellow now. That was a kick.
Looked it.
Oh. 60 metres.
No trouble with the distance.
Oh, beautiful kick.
John Valentine, 4 goals, 2 in the scoreline of Footscray, 7-3. But they still trail Adelaide, who are 10-6. We've got 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Smith trying to make position for Tasker. Tasker's kick goes pretty well straight up the ground. Attempted punch. Wiedemann's a chance. Handballs away to McDermott. In turn to Smith. Smith has run all the way up from fullback. kicks into the forward line. No mark taken by Modra. Corker and away. Stanfield rides the bump. Handballs away to McPherson. McPherson across half-back. Footscray players getting in way of the umpire, or Vicky Verka. Now the ball finishes with Del Rey on centre wing. And Danny Del Rey certainly has lifted
There's
that
no movement on that forward line. Only Valentine.
Too far out to score. Kicks it within scoring distance now. Charles and Negri. Charles has got the football, not paid. Ball at the back. Valentine punches on. Chance for Smith. He's caught from behind by Pickering. Opportunity for Liberatore. A right foot snap by Libba. Just misses to the right. Right, gee, the hands were Rocky style there for a second by the Brownlow medalist from 2 years ago. And Footscray 7-4, trail Adelaide 10-6.
Maynard in the back pocket. We have 5 minutes to go to three-quarter time. Tasker out wide. Read by Atkins. Spears the pass in on his own as Liberatore. Dishes off the hand pass to Kellett. Not a man in great position. A high ball to full forward. At the back, Grant!
Yeah, really you couldn't blame Smith on that occasion. I thought he was in terrific position, Smith. He worked his way to the front. Now watch this. He's in front, hands up. Just that nudge out by Grant just at the critical moment. It's very hard to stop a player when he's in that position and doing what Grant did. But Smith in front did the right thing.
Who do you give the points to?
Well, you couldn't chastise Smith, could you?
Chris Grant hasn't scored tonight. This one comes back a bit. And there's a goal.
Back problems for Betty.
I reckon I've got a compact disc.
Does Dad have any sympathy?
I want one of those organismic chairs.
What?
Does he have any cures?
It's lumbar pain.
Well, it probably is caused by the wood in the chair.
At 8, it's Tool Time with Tim.
Does a good job of scrolling.
Can he put up a satellite dish?
Mount it, point it straight up. Any man could do that.
But it has to stay up longer than 10 seconds.
Hey Dad plus Home Improvement. Wednesday on 7.
Now this centre bounce, very important for Footscray. Each time they've made a challenge, Adelaide have been able to take it away from the centre. Crows lead by 14 points. Big punch by Wine. Grant collects the footy, away to Atkins. That may have been a bit dubious, but the ball is paid. Charles marks. Too far out to score. Looking to play on. Now he does. Kicks it into the full forward line. Too far for Valentine. West kicks it off the ground, and it slips off the side. Over on the full, free kick to Adelaide in the back pocket.
Charles is deceptively quick for a man of his size. He's about 6'5", and he is exceptionally quick over the first couple of yards.
Very exciting young player, Justin Charles. The kick goes out towards half-back. It's punched on. McDermott. Handball long, not bad. Marshall. Bickley nearly caught. Kellett's a chance. Oh, great gather. Brilliant, exciting, inspirational football by Kellett. He bangs towards goal. Del Rey can't mark. Punched away by Tasker. This will be a miracle goal. Grant, it bounces close to the line, and it's picked off by Smith, and he'll clear for Adelaide. After one bounce, the Crows have got the numbers here. Maynard's got 50 metres in front of himself. Bounces twice, and a third time. Runs up towards centre-half forward. Short kick is all right. And the mark this time is taken by Modra.
Good play by Maynard because he was looking for options. They weren't there, and he kept bouncing until there was one. It was Modra.
Modra is about 50 metres from goal. Gets underneath it a little bit. It'll drop in the square. No mark taken. Chance now for Tui. Handball over the top. Wine. Footscray running beautifully out of defence. Kellett. He's lifted. And a good pass finds Charles. Charles is on the defensive side of the centre. He kicks into open spaces. Grant's got the chance, but Lee's a little bit too quick. Gets back, steadies, has a look upfield. Kick is poor. Over Eccleston's head. Chance for Smith. Smith for Adelaide. Kick in towards the pocket, and the mark is taken by Modra. Campbell just a little late to intercept. Modra 3 goals. Jamison 3 goals. Scott Hodges 2. And Modra, the opportunity to kick his fourth. Certainly will get the distance here. He hooks the kick a little bit. Goes across the face of goal. No mark taken. looking for it was Ingerson. Handball away. Liptak. Across his body into the pocket and Campbell. No risks being taken by Tony Campbell there. Bangs it over the boundary line. Graham Corns having a good look at the action. It's a long way away from the coach's box down there in that right forward pocket.
Footscray have kicked 3 goals to 1 in this third quarter. The margin is just 14 points. Liberatore just gets clear. Tregenza thumps it to the goal square. Oh, big leap.
Should have punched it through. He tried to take the mark. Should have put it through. Safety first from there. Watch this, the big leap. He tried to mark it, Peter Foster. Would have looked spectacular had it have come off.
Oh, well, he's trying to make the competition all his own. It's named after him. Liberatore. Oh, he threw that up in the air, but no whistle. Atkins gets it away. Delray feeds through a little one. McPherson. Oh, good running by Keller, who's had an excellent quarter. Left footer. A centering kick is good. West in front. Oh, gee, he's looked good. The schoolboy, 17-year-old. Trying to get around the man on the mark. Not a great kick. All Adelaide now. Smart. Support from Smith. And now McGuinness. And a chance for the Crows to settle out of defence. Look at McDermott making space on centre wing. West. Gee, showed some pace to get back there. Negri was too slow. And now they might turn it over near the centre of the ground. Wallace, back to Foster. Bounces through to Grant. Taken by Maynard. Grant had a chance then. McDermott to McGuinness, back to McDermott. But they've been under the pump, the Crows, in this quarter.
Oh, free kick. It's against Tui.
Hodges. Too far out to score. Oh, it's a mighty kick. Modra. He's got it again. Right on the siren. And that's a killer for Footscray. He hasn't kicked it yet, but he should for his fourth.
Similar to what Grant did down the other end, the full forward behind the full back. And just using his body. Campbell trying desperately to retain front position and get into a position to take the mark. But Modra had eyes only for the ball and summed up the situation beautifully.
Excellent debut for Modra. He's kicked 4 goals and gives the Crows breathing space. So at three-quarter time here at Waverley Park, Adelaide 11-7, 73, leading Footscray 8-4, 52. Well, the Bulldogs really threw it to the Crows in that third quarter, and the goal right on the siren by Modra was pretty hard for Footscray to swallow. A 21-point margin. Modra's kicked 4 goals. Jamison has 3. Hodges 2. Singles to Marshall and McDermott. And Footscray, half their goals have come from Valentine. He's got 4. Singles to West, Grant, Pickering and Charles. Coming up on 7 Sport, NASCAR and Oscar Nationals at Calder tomorrow. Check your local guides for details. The action should be fast and furious. The Australian Touring Car Championship Round 2 at Sandown tomorrow week. Also check your local guides for telecast times there. Tim Watson and Max Stevens down on the boundary line, boys.
It's true, Terry Wheeler was a bit happier at three-quarter time with the commitment shown by the players during that quarter, although he was very disappointed with that goal that was kicked at right on the three-quarter siren. He wanted Greg Eccleston to tighten up a little bit on his man, and he also spoke to Delray, Valentine and Grant, hoping that they'll be able to sort it out between them in the forward line. Max?
Well, Tim, Graham Corns really on the boil in that break then. He said that Adelaide, the hard work that they did in those first 2 quarters went down the drain and they're really going to have to lift. He said that was definitely Footscray's quarter. Adelaide fell asleep and let them right back into the game. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if in this quarter we see Graham Corns make some maybe needed changes.
Stats in the third quarter reflect the fact that Footscray had the better of the turn.
There's really not much in it when you analyse it much.
Tackles 9-2.
Yes, the breaks are supposed to go Footscray's way as far as the centre break, and that's where they're doing well in the centre breaks.
So the last quarter about to start with Adelaide leading by 21 points, 11-7 to 8-4. Early part will set a pattern. Wine tries to get it down towards Stanley. chipping in his lead, just gets his left foot to the ball. Away goes Footscray, up towards centre half forward. Punched away from Grant by Maynard. Ballantyne able to pick it up. Just gets the hand pass away to Atkins. He spotted someone. The kick is ordinary. Wallace is well within scoring distance if it sits. It doesn't. And a good tackle by Pays. Chance now for West. He's hard up against the boundary line. Tries to get it towards Stephen Wallace. The umpire will call for a bounce. Obviously the umpire there sympathetic to the players' endeavours and could see that nothing was going to happen. So Shane Harris has decided to bounce the ball about 45 metres from the Footscray goal. Charles tries to get it to Liberatore. The little beaver, he's on the bottom of it again. Charles knocks it towards West, he's bundled over, and we'll have a boundary throw in about 40 metres from the Footscray goal. Bulldogs, Don, certainly need to get the first goal.
Yes, Ian, and they've just got to get those little fellas like West continuing as they did in the third quarter.
Grant. Ballantyne just couldn't get good to ball in, and he and Ball go through for a behind.
He's a frustrating player, Nigel Smart, isn't he? He just never gives anyone space to move in. Everywhere Ballantyne's been, Smart has been within, one pace of him.
Tasco kicks in. Negri from behind. Footscray front of the pack. Oh, the hand pass given straight to Marshall. Now to McGuinness. Out to centre wing. Wiedemann up the floor acceptances and gave away the free.
Two goers there playing on each other, Steve McPherson and Wiedemann.
Yeah, look out. Dive in after that, Kellett, who had an excellent third quarter. Back to Corcoran. He's kicked to half forward. Charles! Need the first goal, Footscray. Kick by Charles. Chance for Grant, but it doesn't reach him. Maynard cuts it off.
Useless kick, wasn't it?
It really was, yep.
He didn't really look down the ground.
Bickley, reported in the third quarter. Beautiful pass out to centre wing. Unmarked with Smith. Liptak getting into space, but he goes longer with his kick. Might have gone short to Liptak. Here he is. Tregenza. To full forward. Oh, almost a brilliant mark by Hodges. Tui, the hand pass away. Kellett.
Yeah, has been a good player since half-time.
Just gave it straight away to Negri.
Yes, you've got to do more than that in football 1992 style. Pickering could have nearly been given the free kick. Charles caught by Smith. Handball away, McDermott. Swoops on it. Tregenza there to take the hand pass. A very creative player. May nearly kick a goal. No, he had a look. McGuinness outside 50. Short pass in towards centre half forward. The mark is taken by Wiedemann. He's thrown 2 or 3 fierce, effective tackles. Wayne Wiedemann. And mad eyes. Oh. You wouldn't want to strike him in a dark lane. Wiedemann, long, raking left foot kick in towards the full forward area. Punched away by Wine. Chance now for Corcoran. Away to Liberatore. Footscray trying to mount something out that outer side, but a shocker. McDermott pumps Adelaide to within 50 metres. McGuinness marks, and Tony McGuinness will nearly kick a goal from here. She's been a great battler. Tagged early by Wallace. He's had 16 kicks and 4 hand passes and just covers every single area of Waverley Park. Knows he's got to get a long one in. Nearly gets the distance, and it's hurried over for a rush behind to Adelaide.
And Adelaide about to make a change. Darryl Hart coming on.
11-8 to 8-5. The difference, once again, is 21 points.
Steve McPherson, a couple of options. Eventually goes short to Tui. We have 16 minutes remaining in the game. Corcoran uses his pace to get away. The kick to centre wing was almost chopped off there by Tasco. Now the Bulldogs have a chance. Atkins puts it up wide for Ballantyne. On the first bouncer. Beautiful gather. Outside 50. Smart. Never too far away. Grant. Up the ground he goes. Stanley.
And Wiedemann's gone off the ground too, Drew, for Adelaide. There he is on the bench. Hart's come on as his replacement.
They've had a great start to the season. They lost to the Eagles, but have beaten Essendon, Carlton and Collingwood. Dermott comes backwards to Maynard. And he just blazed away and kicked it anywhere. All Footscray. Justin Pickering. 65 metres from goal. Centering kick. Offhands. It goes to McDermott. Over 30 possessions for the skipper. Maynard to Smith. Smith looking for Negri. Holds off his opponent and marks it with the other hand. Advantage.
Advantage is paid. Pays, gets clear, gives it away to Bickley. Bickley runs directly towards goal. Long drop punt kick. Punched away. Now a chance for Liptak. Kick off the ground by Liptak. Goes about 6 or 8 metres towards his team's goal. Stanfield held around the neck. And Stanfield will take the free kick for Footscray in the back pocket.
Good effort by Liptak to keep the ball moving.
Footscray will have to take some risks.
Oh.
Kick towards centre wing. Smith beaten for it by Charles. Good work by Smith. Gave Liptak the chance, but the kick floats in towards the full forward area. Mark is taken by Tony Campbell. Plays on and kicks it in towards centre half back. Wind has made good position, and he bumps off Bickley. Pays, it may have been. Now Atkins, kick towards centre half forward. Getting back was Negri. Misjudging it completely. Chris Grant's got it. Left foot kick is magnificent. Right onto the chest of Ballantyne. And that was skillfully done by the 6'4", Chris Grant.
Capital C for class.
My word.
Look at that.
And the only real time that Ballantyne has been able to get some space from Nigel Smart. Ballantyne has kicked forward. Certainly need his fifth. Drop punt kick, floats away. So he's now kicked 4 goals, 3, and the Bulldogs badly needed a 6-pointer. Coaching box at Footscray. What can they do?
Tasco runs it in. Negri, punch from behind. Kellett goes off the ground. Liberatore applies the tackle on Maynard. Dead heat, umpire will ball in it.
He's underneath the packs, isn't he, Liberatore?
I don't think I've ever seen a bloke get past Tony Liberatore's tackle.
Terry Wallace there, the Footscray coach's box. And he's a great tackler. Charles climbs over the top of Negri. Out of the air by Tregenza. Liptak. Centre wing. To half forward. Hart. Corcoran got there to make it a contest with him. Corcoran gets it back from McPherson. Good movement of the ball. West. Need plenty of this boy. Scott West. To centre half forward. Oh, good mark by Negri.
Done well, Negri.
Smith punches the ball for Maynard. He's outnumbered 2 or 3 to 1. Holding the ball by the crowd. Umpire says, give it to me.
So Scott West could have come to the near side when he had a Footscray player on his own. I think it may have been Steve Wallace, and he decided to bomb away towards centre half forward where the marking contest was won by Negri. Maybe the young fellow just didn't have quite enough vision there. Ruckman, Negri, big punch by Kellett. Chance now, Footscray, Justin Pickering. Drop punt kick, this time it's home.
In 1899, Alexander Duckham started making this product. Since then, it's helped achieve the impossible. Altitude records, world land speed records, and that great engineering breakthrough, the East-West engine. Today, this extraordinary product is so good.
The oil, sir.
That Duckham's will actually double your car's engine warranty. Duckham's Oil. Double your engine warranty.
Well, a bit of a surprise that John Ballantyne has left the ground. He's kicked 4 of Footscray's 9 goals. Wallace out of the middle. Liberatore having a wrestle there. Loses control of it. Smith. Short pass goes astray. Liptak gets the hand pass to Bickley. He's kicked to centre half forward. Foster with Ingerson. Foster let it get behind him. Hart. Hand pass good for McGuinness. Hooks it back with the left. Not far enough. Just brings up the score.
Tony McGuinness, number 11. There's John Ballantyne on the bench for Footscray. He could feel a little disappointed. 11-9 plays 9-6. Campbell comes to the near side. Looking here for Wallace. Wallace can't mark. He got his hands on it. Atkins slips over. Ball at the back. Oh! Bickley and Liptak combined. Down goes Bickley. Tipped kick off the ground by Liptak. Rebounds, back to Liptak. Now McGuinness hooks it across his body, into the pocket. Oh, nearly a good effort there by young Sanderson. Now a chance for Campbell. He's caught with the football, but he's able to get the hand pass away. Steve McPherson's kick off the ground. Pickering gets the handball out. No, it's a throw, he says. How would he have seen from there? Pickering had his back to the umpire. I'd love to have a look at that, because it's such a critical free kick.
Here it is on replay. Pickering. Well, it was a bit of a shovel, wasn't it? Still, I would have played it as a handball, but Bickley, after running into Tui, is all right. The toes are out with him, but he's all right. His heart lines up.
Such a critical free kick. Hart may capitalise. No, he kicks it across the face. It'll be hurried through for a rush behind of the Adelaide Crows. So Footscray breathe again. 10.5 minutes left. They trail by 16 points.
3 goals can win it for the Bulldogs. They have trailed all night by 9 points at quarter time, 28 at half time and 21 at three-quarter time. And intercepting the kick in is Scott Hodges.
Well intercepted because Wine was on the lead. And that kick was meant for him. Well done, Scott Hodges. He'll kick this.
Kicking from the 50-metre line. Well, he's got the distance easily. Great kick.
If you'd like any one of these, without breaking into this, or breaking out one of these, go to Truscott's and save $187 on this 63cm NEC stereo TV with teletext. Or save $106 on this remote mini with CD. Or you could save $80 on this Sharp 4-head remote long play VCR. All with Adelaide's lowest prices with 12-month interest-free terms. But only at Truscott Hi-Fi, Franklin Street City and branches.
Well, Scott Hodges playing on Bernard Tui. High-priced recruit Bernard Tui from the Sydney Swans, and Hodges has kicked 3 goals. Chance there for Liptak. Now Atkins, nearly run down by Liptak, but he gets his kick away. Up towards half-forward, the mark is taken by Pays under pressure from Liberatore. He plays on quickly. Not a bad little kick either. Found Smith further afield. Smith plays on. Kick towards centre wing. Another Adelaide mark. This time it's Negri in front of Tui. Negri plays on quickly. Tries to get the ball up so they're one out up there on the forward line, and Hodges marks certainly coming into his own.
They're real workers, this Adelaide side. They'll get in front and they do the basics in football, which never let you down if you continually do it.
Stanley falls over. Can't afford to do that. Jamison crunched by McPherson.
Basically, they want the ball more than the opposition, don't they?
Well, I suppose if you're first at it and you want it desperately, as Ilya Grigic as prepares to come onto the ground. Gee, he showed some form against Melbourne too.
Tui pulled off it. Umpire will ball it up. And what do you think about Adelaide for the season proper? Because this is a good win against Footscray here, because they're on fire, the Bulldogs, and wanted to go all the way and win this.
Charles coming off. Oh, they'll be a danger as they were, especially over in Adelaide, and as soon as they can master this travelling, they'll be a danger side.
Footscray out of defence, that's a push in the back. Adelaide free kick, advantage comes to McDermott. 34 possessions for McDermott. Jamison, a big lead. Liptak at the back, it's all over.
He's another guy that probably doesn't get the credit he deserves. Liptak, he's had 9 kicks and 6 hand passes, but he's an effervescent player around the centre of the ground. Looks as though he may be playing as a ruck rover or a centre player, and certainly runs onto the football pretty well.
Interesting move. They brought the big fellow on, Grigic, to centre half forward. He's got the pace of Charles, so it'll be interesting to see what he does there. We see there Wiedemann warming up too. He's about to come on for Adelaide.
Well, Adelaide, I think Drew mentioned earlier that they've led all night, so if Footscray had pinched it, it would have been an injustice, as Kellett gets the ball up towards half forward for Footscray. Maynard leads Grant in the race for the ball. Kick off the ground will go over for a boundary throw-in.
Now that's exactly what I mean about Adelaide. Maynard, there are no frills in his game. He just put himself in front of Grant. and went for the ball. And you can always beat a player with class if you play between him and the ball and body.
Now Atkins. Swift hand pass. Kellett up towards full forward. Goes over the back of all players. But Adelaide are first to get back there. Scott Lee doing a good job in that back pocket. Had 9 kicks, coming up for his 10th. And it's effective. It finds McDermott, who's just knocked up getting the football. Had a terrific first quarter. Quiet in the second. But his third and fourth have been pretty good. Pays. Little chip kick. Tregenza at half-back. He's got the pace to run away from Pickering. And he kicks it wide towards the wing where Smith drops what he should have taken. Hand pass on further. Opportunity for Liptak. Still working very, very hard, even though they look as though they've got the game won. The kick towards half-forward. McPherson in front of Hart. Hart with persistence will win out. Nearly went for the hand pass. Then he gave it away to McGuinness. McGuinness back onto the left. Now forced to kick with the right. Round towards half-forward. Oh, good effort there by Ingerson. I'll tell you what, he'll get better with experience, this fellow. He kicks Adelaide in towards the forward pocket. Jamison couldn't mark. Hodges left it behind. And Footscray kick it back towards centre half-back where Atkins is marked.
Breaks away from former teammate Tony McGuinness. And the kick by Atkins to the centre of the ground. Trouble for Stanley. Comes to the front to West. Adelaide just getting back, filling the holes. Maynard takes the mark.
And Bickley's gone off. Wiedemann coming on.
Footscray have Ballantyne on the bench, the man who's kicked 4 of their 9 goals. And Negri's done pretty well. He's taken 7 marks. Maynard to half forward. Smith works to the front. That was so easy. The Footscray player stationary. Off to Tregenza. Bouncing ball. Down goes Modra. Campbell for Footscray. McDermott, McGuinness, McDermott. Needs a big mark here. Oh look! Huge climb in the mark taken by Modra.
Is that a free kick? That
Jamison jumping
a free
early.
kick to that player, against that player from behind. Was that Jamison?
Jamison.
We'll watch this on replay. Here it is. Look. No, he's pushed the player out and has allowed Modra to come through, but still, that's a free kick.
Good spotting, Don. This boy's done all right in his debut.
9 marks, and he's coming up with goal number 5. That is a great debut.
Australia still has a lot to be thankful for.
Thank you. I thank you. Thank you. I thank you. Thank you for all this tenderness. Thank you. I thank you. Thank you. I thank you. Thank you for this happiness. I thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Every time that we caress. Thank you. I thank you.
Adelaide lead comfortably now, 34 points with just under 6 minutes left. 5 goals to Anthony Modra. And we believe that one of the boundary umpires have fallen foul of the conditions here at Waverley as Kellett kicks Footscray up towards half forward. Grant, that's a free kick. Obvious one there. Maynard, advantage? No. It's going to come back and Chris Grant will take the free kick. 50 metres from goal for the Bulldogs. Chance for Grant to kick his second goal.
Well, the much vaunted high, tall forward line for Footscray was a bit of a fizzer tonight. But Ballantyne was good, but Campbell made no contribution at all.
I think if you put enough pressure on the defenders when the ball's coming out, it comes up so slowly. And the Adelaide defence have had it probably a little bit better than the Footscray defence. Grant's kick towards full forward. Nearly a mark there to Negri. It's hurried over for a rush behind. I think that's the key. Certainly in modern day football, if you allow your midfielders or your defenders to come out with not too much pressure on them, they deliver the ball to the forwards comfortably, and accordingly the opposition defence is under enormous pressure. But if Adelaide, who have done a terrific job, their discipline has been enormous and they've made it difficult for Footscray all over the ground.
This fellow's playing well. He's the centre half back. Look how far he gets into the forward line. That's Smith.
And Smart, the full back, was up near centre wing, so Smith and Smart went for a bit of a gallop then.
Well, then you ask the question about the Footscray forwards not working hard enough, chasing those players down the ground.
Never looks too happy, Graham Corns, but he's got to be happy with this performance. 33-point margin over Footscray, who'd shown all the signs in their games leading up to this. Liberatore goes back to Foster. Grant out number 2-1. Leaps over the top of McDermott. Fights hard for it and wins the free kick. Chris Grant, about 18 kicks to goal from there. Towards centre wing. Delray with one hand. Took a couple of good marks when he first came on. Too slow Negri. Was robbed of the ball by Stanley. Maynard. Delray chips in. Beat McDermott to that one. But he's just given it straight away. Been very impressed with Lee.
Campbell should have kept going on that occasion.
Kicked by Lee. Any amount of teammates there. Maynard takes it. 4 minutes remaining. And it's a 33-point margin to the Adelaide Crows. Kicked by Rod Maynard. Liptak number 27. Kellett. Tui. Stanley into Liberatore. That was a kick and hope. All Adelaide. Now Smith, who was up at half-forward flank a moment ago, and Smart, who was at centre wing, get back there to combine.
Gee, Adrian Campbell has just had one of those nights that he'd want to forget. Tregenza marks, plays on over the top to McDermott. He's had his umpteenth possession, Chris McDermott, and on nearly every occasion he's been within 5 metres of his opponent. Kick in short now. Ingerson in the pocket. High bomb. Modra!
Well, we can't take that one off him. Specky.
We'll be saying that a few times this year, I think. What a terrific back by Anthony Modra. He's kicked 5 goals.
And here he is. Hodges in front, and there he is. Gee, he's capable of getting up, isn't he?
I guess
knee
these
right
conditions-
onto the shoulder of Campbell. Look at that. Oh, I wish I could have taken one of those, Ian.
Just one.
Modra gets his 6th.
Something's wrong. Something's very wrong.
When Tibbs searches for a suspected killer,
Appointment is right, man.
the trail leads to his own family.
There ain't no family no more.
What comes first, family or the law?
I don't know.
As far as you going, boy?
Following Beyond 2000 in the heat of the night, Tuesday.
This guy never listens to his wife.
I've been having an affair with a space alien. I'm having his baby.
Great moments in Home Improvement. Every Wednesday on 7.
Huge debut by Modra. 6 goals.
We're going to take him off, I think. Yes, they're taking him off. Coming on is Brenton Sanderson.
Negri beaten in the middle by Grigic. Wallace just pokes that high. That's not great for the forwards. The Crows coming out. Lee's been perfect with everything he's done. There's Marshall. Marshall again. And the ball was just out. We'll have a throw in.
You know, Stephen Wallace does such a good job in tagging and getting lots of possessions, but his kicking lets him down. That kick then, when he was probably in the clear, was really just an up and under and gave the forward no chance whatsoever.
Here's Lee again to centre wing.
Oh, good effort.
That was courageous. Steve Wallace. Back to centre half forward. Delray broke away from his man Tasco. And Danny Delray too far out to score. Wine doesn't pull forward now. Punched by Smith. Tregenza. And the speedy wingman, 33 possessions. It's a good night. McDermott. Moore, 37.
Only mistake he's made all night.
Kick by Atkins. Straight to Maynard. Back to Smith. Measures that pass off well. Tregenza again.
Tell you what, he's got a few touches. 33.
Best thing ever.
And he does it unobtrusively. Just keeps running up and down that wing, doesn't he? Near side, far side.
Just playing keepings off at the moment, and here he is building on the stats.
They're rubbing salt into the wound now, aren't they? Having fun.
Tregenza again. Foster. Haven't seen too much of Peter Foster. Grant running away from McGuinness. Good effort.
Great effort.
With a bounce and a run. Here's Lee once more. He has been miserly back there, and look at that kick.
And well done. He gives Tregenza to pick up the opportunity to pick up his 30th kick. 11 marks, 7 hand passes. That's his 31st kick up towards half forward, and that's a good mark taken by Sanderson at right centre wing. Gives the handball away to the captain. You'll get a game again next week, son. Kick into the forward pocket. The mark has been taken by Marshall. Marshall too far out to score. He'd be 2 kicks from goal. He's certainly put it to within goal scoring distance now. Jamison from behind, but the mark is taken by Stanfield for Footscray on the last line of defence. He tries to get the kick wide towards the wing on this near side, and a good effort taking that mark is Danny Del Rey. Pass wide, finds Wallace, and that's the siren to put Footscray out of their misery and out of the Foster's Cup. Adelaide have won this game and will proceed to the semi-finals. Adelaide 15-10-100 have defeated Footscray 9-7-61, a difference of 39 points in favour of the Adelaide Crows.
Excellent performance. They led by 28 at half-time. Footscray really threw it to them and got within about 10 points during the third quarter. So to come away and win by 39 was a top effort by the Adelaide Crows. Chris McDermott, and that's good to see with a young opponent, Corcoran, an Adelaide boy, Jane Corcoran, and McDermott, a battle-scarred warrior, and was great tonight.
I tell you what, he is a terrific sportsman, Chris McDermott. He plays it hard, he gives the bumps, he cops them, and that is terrific sportsmanship. I think he's a wonderful leader of the Adelaide Crows on the field and off the field. They look pretty satisfied with themselves, and I guess so they should be. You mentioned about Footscray's performance against Melbourne, where they won by, 7 goals, and we thought they were on a bit of a roll. They'd set themselves for the Foster's Cup, and these guys, I think I heard Donnie Scott say at half-time or three-quarter time, it was difficult to find outstanding players. I mean, statistically, you could pick 2 or 3 out, but it was a great team effort.
Well, we're just giving the skipper a wrap, and here he is with Max Stevens.
Certainly was a team effort. Your efforts tonight, sensational, but as the commentators said, all round a great effort by Adelaide.
Yeah, that's certainly what we've been aiming for the last couple of weeks. The Carlton game, the Collingwood game, kept us off to the night, both hard and aggressive games, and that's what wins footy.
Tony, you had Tony. We've got a bit of an audience here. You had a guy playing at full forward today that deserves a bit of a pat on the back.
Oh, Tony Modra's effort was fantastic, but the other blokes up there certainly helped him, and the way the ball came in a few times was very good, but certainly a good start for him, and we're certainly looking for big things from him.
Chris, definitely Adelaide's a great night side.
Well, only so many games played at night, you've got to be a good side, every week in, week out, and that's certainly what we're aiming for.
Well, I'll let you go. Well done with your performance tonight.
Chris McDermott there with Max Stevens, and repeating 15-10-100 the Crows to 9-7-61 Footscray. And Tony Modra, we were talking about, kicked 6 goals for the Crows. We'll be back soon.
Foster's Cup final. And judging on their business-like elimination of Footscray last night, the Crows have every right to be confident. First gamer, Tony Modra booted 6 goals as the Crows led at every change. The final margin, a handsome 39 points.
It was Adelaide's first trip away from home this year, but superbly prepared, the Crows started as though Waverley was their home ground. None showed what sort of commitment was required better than Chris McDermott. His first goal was Adelaide's third without reply for a 23-point lead. It took a miraculous snap from Justin Pickering to open the Bulldogs' account, but they were still 9 points down at quarter time. Footscray had been doing a lot of talking in the lead up to this match, suggesting it would go all the way and take the Foster's Cup. The problem was no one from Adelaide was listening. Halfway through the second term, the Crows had not 1 focal point up forward, but 4. Tony Modra in his first game was playing like a veteran. His opponent, Tony Campbell, wearing gloves to protect his hands, needn't have bothered. He hardly touched the ball. In the third quarter, Footscray gave the game everything it had and drew within 13 points. As the pressure increased, Mark Bickley booked himself a date at the tribunal, charged with striking. Another major to Modra just on three-quarter time gave the Crows a 19-point lead with 1 turn to play. By now, the Bulldogs had run out of bite. Adelaide's defence was well on top. Its movement from the back lines to the forward lines, particularly with Tregenza and McDermott burning, was outstanding. Romano Negri was winning the hit-outs while the forwards continued to dominate. All in all, it was a classy win by the visitors, despite what some people thought.
They're not a stylish side. They haven't got
players that stand out as far as style, maybe Tregenza.
Andrew Kay, 7 Nightly News.
As I said earlier, the Crows will meet Fitzroy in the semis after the Lions were much too good for the Sydney Swans in their quarter-final clash today.
Sydney in today's quarter-final at Waverley Park. And in last night's game, the Crows had a big win over Footscray.
Footscray's Brains Trust had promised their supporters a win, but with Hodges and Jamieson again working as a team on the forward line...
Here's Jamieson. Shot for goal is good.
And David Pittman and Chris McDermott also combining brilliantly, it was the Crows who seized early control. They held it in the air across half-forward.
What a great bar. Had to sit.
And on the ground in defence.
Oh, well played, Nigel Smart. He was gone for all money there and seized the ball out of play. That's all Australian footy for you.
The Bulldogs only kept up with a couple of late first-quarter goals.
Snapshot for goal is miraculous by Justin Pickering.
The second term saw the emergence on the forward line of Tony Modra in what would become a sensational 6-goal debut. While in the third quarter the Crows extended their lead to 5 goals after a soccer pass from Ingerson was marked by Jamieson. The Footscray supporters were praying for a miracle, but there was nothing divine coming their way. This head-high tackle led to Mark Bickley having his name taken down. The Bulldogs gave their followers some hope in the final quarter.
This time it's home.
But the Crows flew home to win by 39 points and inflicted a defeat Footscray's coach Terry Wheeler described as humiliating. Tony Morabito, National 9 News.
Footscray's semi-final hopes in the Foster's Cup when it easily beat the Bulldogs 100 points to 61 at Waverley Park last night. The Bulldogs' bark was much louder than its bite after earlier promises to take out the pre-season tournament. But the strength was with Adelaide, which controlled the match to win 15-10-100 to Footscray's 9-7-61.
And climbing from the back was Ingerson with the long hair playing on Foster. Foster goes back for the hand pass. Dangerous for Toohey. Hodges gets the hand pass wide. Here's Jamieson. Shot for goal is good. That's centre half back. One step too far into the man on the mark. It comes to McDermott. He bangs it back and kicks a goal.
Get towards full forward. Footscray in trouble. Modra marks. It takes a good one to the finish about 40 metres from goal.
So it comes from the Riverland. A lot of good players have come out of that area for the Adelaide, the West Adelaide.
Good hands and not a bad kick either. It's a goal. Negri. Big punch by Kellett. Chance now. Footscray. Justin Pickering. Drop punt kick. This time it's home. Kick in short now. Ingerson in the pocket. High bomb. Modra!
Well, we can't take that one off him. Oh, I wish I could have taken one of those.
Just one.
Modra gets his 6th.